Hello, everyone. Uh, Welcome to the 1969 semifinal running order draw. Let me start the stream. Okay. Uh, so first of all, here are the new changes. Instead of just drawing alphabetically for the semifinal number, instead the semifinals will be decided by drawing from six different pots, where countries have been arranged mostly logically and somewhat geographically. So, without further ado, I would like to first draw which semifinal each automatic qualifier will be performing in, as that's the least interesting part of the draw. So, I would like to get it out of the way first, and I just realized that I did not do this correctly. Yeah. Okay, so now that this is fixed, the assistants have provided me with the wrong uh, papers. So let's begin. So first of all, we will draw the semi-final for Denmark, the previous year's winner. And Denmark will perform in semi-final number two. Oh look, we're not getting a string of ones now. Now let's see the semi-final for Canada, the second place from World Stage 1968, and that they will also perform in semi-final number two. Now Portugal, the country that rounds out the podium of 1968, will perform in semi-final number one, indeed. Which means we are now going to draw for Ireland, and Ireland will perform in semi-final number two, which means that we there is no reason to draw anymore because it means that Yugoslavia, which finished fifth in the last contest, as well as Brazil, which finished sixth, will perform in the first semi-final. And with that, this is finished. Now let's actually draw the countries into the semifinals. So first of all, I will draw the country from each pot, and the first time they will go into the semifinal one. So I will go through each pot once and draw a country into semifinal number one. Then I'll go and draw them into semifinal number two, then again to the semifinal one, and so on and so forth. So let's begin with pot one, which is the English-speaking countries and Nordic countries grouped together because they all have an English-speaking industry. So out of these six countries, the country performing in semi-final number one will be Sweden. Sweden will perform in semi-final number one. And in semi-final number one, it will perform in position number in position number 15. That is Sweden. Now, for pot number two, which is all of the German-speaking countries, Luxembourg, which speaks Luxembourgish, which is quite close to German, as well as the Netherlands, because they speak drunk German. The country performing in semi-final number one will be it will be the Federal Republic of Germany, or West Germany. And in semi-final number one, they are going to perform in position number one. Well, so far only one semi-final opener has not qualified, so that is not a bad position to be in. Let's hope Germany can qualify after failing to qualify for the first time in last year. Now, here is pot number 3 with all the Spanish-speaking countries as well as India. And out of these countries, in semifinal 1, we will see Argentina. Argentina will perform in semifinal number 1. And in semifinal number 1, Argentina will perform in position 14. So Argentina will be 14th. Okay, now pot number 4 with the communist countries, mostly Slavs, as well as Romania and Hungary. And out of these countries, the country that gets drawn now will perform in semifinal 1. And it seems like it will be the Soviet Union performing in semifinal 1. And which running position will they get? Hopefully not 1, 2, or 3. Well, they didn't get 1, 2, or 3, but they got 4. Okay, well, I think nobody here is surprised about that. And we move on to pot number 5, which is which is just the Asian countries. And so out of these countries, we will see which country in semifinal 1, and it seems like it will be Cambodia. Cambodia, which has not qualified even once yet. And Cambodia will perform in semifinal in semifinal 1 in position number 10, which is not bad at all. Okay, and finally, the mostly Romance-speaking countries, as well as Greece and Israel, which it's basically the pot for countries I just really couldn't categorize properly. And out of these countries, we will see which country in semifinal 1. And it seems like it will be Greece. Greece will appear in semifinal 1. And in semifinal 1, Greece is going to perform in position 2. Yay for Greece being second. Okay, and that completes the countries drawn into semifinal 1 for now. Let's see which countries will perform in semifinal 2. So let's go back to pot number 1, and we will see which countries will perform in semifinal 2. And it seems like the first country to perform in semifinal 2 will be just barely Finland. Finland will perform in semifinal number 2. Let's see if that helps them qualify in this year after failing to qualify for the first time last year. And they will perform in position 10, which is quite good. That will be Finland. And now let's see which one of these countries will perform in semifinal number 2. And it seems like it will be Switzerland. Switzerland will perform in semifinal 2. Will they be able to maintain their momentum after qualifying last year for the first time ever? Well, we will find out, but they will open the semifinal now. Okay. Yeah, actually, they went from closing to opening. Now, out of these countries, let's see which one we will see in semifinal 2. And it will be Cuba. Cuba, who have failed to qualify both times they have taken part so far. But let's see which position they will perform in. And their position will be 16. They will perform 16th, which is a very good position, let's be honest. Okay, now, out of these countries, let's see who will perform in semi-final number 2. And it will be Hungary. Hungary will perform in semi-final number 2. And in semi-final number 2, Hungary will perform in position 12. Well, that's good. Now, out of these countries, let's draw our country for semi-final 2. The fifth country to perform in semi-final number 2 will be Japan, who are actually not the country that have failed to qualify last year for the first time. Let's see if they are more successful this year. And they will perform 15th, which is a good position. Now, the sixth country to perform in semi-final 2 is going to be Belgium. Belgium will be in semi-final number 2. And in semi-final number 2, Belgium will perform in position number 14, which is good, which is a very respectable position. Now, back to semi-final number 1. Let's see which 6 countries will perform in semi-final number 1. And the 7th country in semi-final 1 is going to be the United Kingdom, which have managed to really fail to get a good result despite most people predicting them to. But the United Kingdom in semi-final 1 will perform in position number 11. They will be 11th. Now, the 8th country to perform in semi-final number 1 will be Austria. We will be seeing Austria in semi-final number 1. And in semi-final number 1, we will have Austria performing in position 6. Austria will be 6th. Now, the 9th country in semi-final number 1 will be Spain, which is a country that has had very variable results over the years. They won the first contest, but they haven't seen too much success afterwards. And in semi-final 1, except for their third place in 1967, of course, but Spain will close the semi-final number 1. So that's the closing spot, which, as we've seen last year, actually means nothing because both countries closing their semi-final have managed to qualify. But let's see which country out of this pot will perform in semi-final 1. And that will be Poland, which were the last year's hosts, of course, who didn't even finish last despite everyone predicting them to. And in semifinal one, they are going to perform fifth. We will see Poland fifth in semifinal number one. Okay, now let's go back to these countries and which one will perform in semifinal one. Let's see. And it's going to be Taiwan, which are debuting, or as we should really call them, the Republic of China. And the Republic of China will perform in semifinal number one in position number 7. They will be seventh. Now, out of these 4 countries, the one performing in semifinal number 1 is going to be Israel. Israel will perform in semifinal number 1 in position in position 16. Okay, and that makes 6 more countries in semifinal 1. Let's now draw the countries into semifinal number 2. And the 7th country in semifinal number 6 is going to be the United States. And in semifinal number 2, the United States will perform fourth. The United States will be fourth. Now, out of these 3 countries left, the one performing in semifinal 2 will be East Germany, the German Democratic Republic. And in semifinal number 2, they will perform third. East Germany will be third. Okay, and for the 9th country in semifinal 2, we will be getting Chile. We will be getting Chile performing in position number 11. They will be performing 11th. Okay, now let's see which one of these countries we will get in semifinal number 2. And it will be Czechoslovakia. Czechoslovakia will be performing in semifinal number 2. And they will be performing in position two. Czechoslovakia will be second. Okay. Now, let's draw one more country, into semifinal 2. And that is going to be South Korea in semifinal 2, who just barely qualified well, just actually not barely, very safely qualified last year. And in semifinal two, they are getting position number 13. Will they qualify next year out of position number 13 in the second semifinal? Well, only time will tell, of course. Now, the 12th country in semifinal 2 is going to be, it will be Monaco, who debuted last year and managed to qualify from the final position in the semifinal. So they will be performing in position 17, same as last year, actually, except they're not closing now. Okay, now that means we now have 12 countries in each semifinal, and we will see which country will perform in the first semifinal now. And performing in the first semifinal will be Australia. Australia will perform in semifinal number 1. Okay. Hold on. Yeah. Okay. Now, out of these countries, in semifinal 1, we are going to see which country. It seems like we'll be seeing the Netherlands in the first semifinal. Okay, and in the first semifinal, the Netherlands will perform. Will perform 8th. The Netherlands will be 8th. Okay. Now, out of these countries, in semifinal 1, we will be getting Mexico. We will be getting Mexico, who are going to be performing in position 9. Now, let's see who between Bulgaria and Romania will perform in semifinal number 1. And it seems like it will be Bulgaria. Bulgaria will be performing in semifinal number 1 in position. They will be performing in position number 3. They will be third. Now, between Iran and Indonesia, the country performing in semifinal number 1 is going to be Indonesia. And which means that both debuting countries are performing in semifinal number 1. And Indonesia will be performing in position number 13. Okay. And finally, out of Italy and France, we'll be seeing which country in semifinal 1. Well, it seems like it's going to be Italy. It will be Italy performing in semifinal number 1 in position 12, as we all can see. Yes, indeed. Okay, and that concludes the draw for the semifinal 1. Now we will see that Norway will perform in semifinal number 2 in position number 5. Norway will be 5th. Now, Luxembourg. We can all see that Luxembourg is the only country left in pot number 2. And Luxembourg will perform seventh. Luxembourg will perform seventh. Now, India is the only country in pot number 3, and India is going to perform in position 8. India will perform in number 8. Now, Romania is the only country in pot number 4, and Romania is going to perform 18th. So Romania will be closing. Romania is closing. Iran. Iran will also perform in semifinal number 2. And in semifinal 2, they will perform 9th. Iran will perform 9th. And just to show everyone that this is actually A6, I will draw the position for France, which will perform 6th. But just to show everyone that this is A6, I have done the draw. And this means that the semifinal allocation has been finished. But now we are going to do a draw for the final running orders of every country. And I will close these tabs, and we will start doing the draw for the final positions. And we are going to start with Denmark. Again, the first place from the last year. And the host country, Denmark, will perform 17th. Now, we will draw the running order for Canada, the second place. And Canada will perform 7th. Canada will perform 7th in the final. And now we are going to draw Portugal's position. And Portugal will be in the final in position number 9. Okay, now it's time to draw the position for Ireland. Ireland. You will perform 13th. Ireland. You will be 13th. Now, Yugoslavia. Yugoslavia will perform in the final without having to qualify. in position 2. Yugoslavia will be second in the final. And finally, Brazil. Brazil, you will be performing in position number 25. Okay, and that concludes the draw for the automatic qualifiers. Let's now see the positions of the semifinal qualifiers. Let's see the position for the first qualifier from semifinal number 1, which will perform in position number 12. And now for the first qualifier from semifinal number 2, and that qualifier will perform in position number 10. Now the second qualifier from semifinal number 1 is going to perform, it will perform 15th. But the second qualifier from semifinal number 2 is going to perform 24th. So we will see the second qualifier from semifinal 2 in position 24, and the third qualifier from semifinal number 1 is going to perform 18th. But the third qualifier from semifinal number 2 will perform in position 14. Now, qualifier 4 from semifinal 1 will perform in position 11. And the fourth qualifier from semifinal 2 is going to perform #21st. Now, qualifier 5 from semifinal 1 will perform 8th. And qualifier 5 from semifinal 2 will perform 3rd. Now, qualifier 6 from semifinal 1 will perform 23rd. Okay, and the sixth qualifier from semifinal 2 is going to be in position number 1. Okay, the sixth qualifier from semifinal 2 will open the final. Now, the seventh qualifier from semifinal 1 will perform 6th. And the seventh qualifier from semifinal 2 is going to be 26th. Okay, qualifier 8 from semifinal 1 will be 19th. And qualifier 8 from semifinal 2 will be 22nd. Okay, only 4 qualifiers left. The ninth qualifier from semifinal 1 will get position number 16. And the ninth qualifier from semifinal 2 will be getting position number 20. Okay, so now the final qualifier from semifinal 1 will perform fifth, and that means that the final qualifier from semifinal 2 will perform in position number 4. And now let's review the result of the draw. So, let's start with the semifinals. West Germany will open the first semifinal. It will be followed by Greece, Bulgaria in third, the Soviet Union in fourth, Poland fifth, Austria sixth, Taiwan seventh, Netherlands will be eighth, Mexico will be ninth, Cambodia will be 10th, the United Kingdom will be 11th, Italy will be 12th, Indonesia will be 13th, Argentina will be number 14, Sweden will be number 15, Israel will be number 16, Australia will be number 17, and Spain will close the first semifinal in number 18. Now, for semifinal 2, it will be opened by Switzerland, then followed by Czechoslovakia in second, East Germany in third, the United States will be fourth, Norway will be number 5, France will be number 6, Luxembourg will be number 7, India will be number 8, Iran will be number 9, Finland will be number 10. Now Chile will be 11th, Hungary will be 12th, South Korea will be 13th, Belgium will be 14th, Japan will be 15th, Cuba will be 16th, Monaco 17th, and Romania will be 18th. Now, for the automatic qualifiers, the Yugoslavia will be second, Canada 7th, Portugal 9th, Ireland will be 13th, Denmark will be 17th, and Brazil will be second to last in position number 25. Meanwhile, the semifinal will be opened by the sixth qualifier from semifinal 2, followed by the fifth qualifier from semifinal 2, followed by the final 10th qualifier from semifinal 2, followed by the final qualifier from semifinal 1, followed by the 7th qualifier from semifinal 1, followed by the 5th qualifier from semifinal 1, followed by the first qualifier from semifinal 2. Of course, we're skipping from 8th to 10th because the 9th song is an automatic qualifier. Now, 11th will be the fourth qualifier from semifinal 1, followed by the first qualifier from semifinal 1. Now, 13th is an automatic qualifier, but number 14 in semi will be the third qualifier from semifinal 2, followed by the second qualifier from semifinal 1, and the ninth qualifier from semifinal 1, then followed by an automatic qualifier, and in position 18 we will have the third qualifier from semifinal 1, followed by the eighth qualifier from semifinal 1, followed by the ninth qualifier from semifinal 2, and by the fourth qualifier from semifinal 2, then the eighth qualifier from semifinal 2, then it will be the sixth qualifier from semifinal 1, and the second qualifier from semifinal 2, followed by one more automatic qualifier, and the closing song will be the seventh qualifier from semifinal 2. And that completes the draw for World Stage 1969. I hope you are all happy with your positions. Or if you're not happy, well, there's nothing I can do.